We're starting with the basics. So, hi guys! Today we're learning Iraqi 101. So first we have Ani Ismi. Ani Ismi means my name is. So if your name was Sarah, you can be like Ani Ismi Sarah. My name is Sarah. Ani Ismi. My name is blank. So Ani Ismi Salsabil. My name is Salsabil. Right? So if your name was Omar or if your name was David, you're gonna be like Ani Ismi David. Ani Ismi David. Okay, we have Shismek. Shismek is what's your name to a guy. So this is if you go up to a guy and you're asking him what his name is, you're gonna be like Shismek. So Shismek. So sh is what, mek is your name. So Shismek. What's your name to a guy, right? When you're talking to a girl versus you're talking to a man, it's gonna be it's gonna be a bit different, right? So right now we have Shismek to a man. What's your name to a man? You say this to a man. Shismek. 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 For a woman, you'd be like Shismich. Like let's say you're asking a woman what her name is. You're gonna be like Shismich. Like, what's your name? So that's Shismich. Shismich. So that's to a woman. You're gonna be like Shismich. Like, what's your name? Like, I go up to another woman and I'm like, hi, Shismich. I'm basically asking what her name is, right? So that's Shismich. Say it with me. Shismich. Shismich. Now we have how are you. How are you is shlonek. So how to say how are you to a man? You're gonna say shlonek. 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 Say it with me. Say it with me. Keep going. Shlonek, shlonek, shlonek. So shlonek is to a guy, right? So you go up to a man and you're gonna be like shlonek. How are you? How are you doing? What's going on? You know? Now we have shlonich. Shlonich means how are you to a woman. So the cha, so the cha we have here, so the cha we have here makes all the difference. So shlonich is to a woman. Like you go up to a woman and you're gonna be like shlonich, shlonich, shlon, it's shlon, it's shlon, it's. Say it with me. Say it with me. Shlonich. Your turn. Keep going. Anyways, shlonich. How are you? We have shinu. Shinu means what? So that's shinu. 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 Like shinu. Like what happened? Like what's up? Like what's going on? Like shinu. Like what? Like what? What do you want, right? So say it with me. Shinu. Shinu. So shinu. Look at my tongue. Shinu. Right? We have isharrafak. Isharrafak means how'd you know to a man. Like let's say it's literally another Iraqi slang. So sharrafak is how'd you know. Like let's say a man comes up to you and they're like, oh, I heard they have a sale at Target, let's say for example, right? You're gonna be like isharrafak. How'd you know about that, right? So isharrafak. 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 So isharrafak. Say it with me. Isharrafak. So like the helicopter, right? Like let's just do an alarm sound in your tongue, right? Roll the tongue. Roll the tongue. Isharrafak. 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 Okay, now we have isharrafich. Isharrafich. A woman comes up to you and she's like, oh, the brownies are all sold out at Superstore, right? You're gonna be like, isharrafich. Isharrafich. How'd you know, lady? How'd you know the brownies were all gone? Like, you know, who ate the brownies, right? You're gonna be like, isharrafich. How'd you know? Who told you? How'd you find out, right? So isharrafich. Isharrafich. So say it with me. إيش عرفتش. Now we have marid. Read. Read. So say it with me. Marid. Ani marid. I don't want. So marid means I don't want. So marid comes like from like, oh, I don't want. Like let's say someone tells you, please come outside. You're gonna be like marid. Like I don't want to go outside. Like straight up, like marid. I don't want to. Now we have maridek. I don't want you to. Or okay, so maridek. Like let's say you and your man or your girlfriend, you guys went through an intense breakup, right? You're gonna be like, I don't want you anymore. You're gonna be like, maridek, I don't want you anymore. Like, get away from my life, please. Like, maridek, I don't want you. It's enough. Our story's over, right? So, maridek, I don't want you. Hi guys, got it with another lesson. You already know. I'm Salsavine. You guys already know me. Come on now. This is not the first lesson we had together. Okay. So for today's lesson, I decided to do airport. How do you navigate through the airport? Okay, so first we're gonna start with the basics. So matar. Say it. Matar. You say it. So matar is an airport. So, this is an airport, right? So if you hear someone saying matar, or if you wanna, let's say, you're looking for the matar, like, oh, how do you get to the matar, right? Or if let's say you're in a taxi, like this is a scenario lesson, right? You're in a taxi and you're trying to go to the matar, right? You can be like, أريد أروح على مطار. أريد أروح على matar. So we already know what arid and ruh means, right? And el is usually the, right? So here, so we say read. Okay. أريد أروح على مطار. أريد أروح على مطار. You can say على المطار, or you can say على مطار, right? So this is optional. You can say على. I think the more proper way of saying it is على, but whatever you want, to be honest. Like people will understand what you're saying, right? أريد, I want to. أروح, go to. على, the matar, the airport, right? I want to go to the airport. Simple pimple. I play too much. Anyway, so أريد أروح على المطار. I want to go to the airport, right? Easy. Okay. We have طيارة. So طيارة is an airplane. So, طيارة, easy peasy, right? You say it. طيارة, right? Easy, right? So طيارة is an airplane. So let's say you missed your flight, let's say, right? These are like very common, these are needed sentences to say it if you miss your flight, right? Like let's say you're in Iraq and you're traveling and you're like, oh my god, أريد طيارة, right? Or even if you're learning Iraqi Arabic for the sake of learning Arabic, this works too, right? So it's not just exclusive to Iraqis only. No, everyone's welcome here. So طيارة, right? So let's say you missed your flight, right? Like, oh my god, who would I go to? I don't understand the language. I don't know what to say, right? Okay. In an emergency case where, let's say, your flight departs without you, right? You can go to someone and, I don't know, if you're asking, let's say you're asking someone for help, like, oh, like, my flight departed, this, that, right? You can say, راحت طيارتي. راحت طيارتي. So, راحت means it went, right? And we kind of can hear the ruh, right? So, like, ruh, we learned that it means go, right? So when we say راحت, it means like, oh, it went, right? To say my flight departed, right? Or like at least a simple way of saying it, like راحت طيارتي, like, oh, my flight went away, like my flight departed, you know? So in this scenario, let's say you were lost, right? Like let's say you're lost at the airport or wherever you are, right? You can say أني ضايع. أني, I am. So we already learned that أني means me, right? So ضايع means lost, right? So أني ضايع. أني ضايع. Right? So you say this if you're a man, right? This is the context for a male, right? So if you're a woman and you're saying Ani, I'm lost, right? You can say Ani ضايعة. So if you're a woman and you're lost and you want to say I'm lost, right? You can say Ani, I am ضايعة. Ani ضايعة. I'm lost. I'm lost, right? So ضايعة means I'm lost, right? But so means a woman is lost. Like this is me. I'm talking about myself. Ani ضايعة, right? Because I'm a woman. I'm saying Ani ضايعة because I'm a woman, right? But if I were a man, I would say Ani ضايع. Ani ضايع, right? ضايع. ضايعة, right? We have the جوع. We have it in our throat, right? And yeah, Ani ضايعة. I am lost. Okay. We have عنوان. 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 Say it with me. عنوان. عنوان is address, right? So let's say you're looking for the address or you're lost, like, you know, like you don't know where the address is. How do I find the address, right? You say عنوان. So عنوان is address, right? But if you want to say what's the address, you can say we add the شنو. We already know شنو means what, right? شنو. And we can say el over here, the شنو the address, right? شنو العنوان. What is the address, right? But like so in English it's translated to is, but sometimes it's translated to the, right? So in Arabic, Iraqi, right? So شنو العنوان means what is the address, right? But sometimes il could mean is, the word is, you know, depending on the context of the sentence, right? So if you're looking for the address, you're asking a question, right? شنو العنوان. What is the address? What is the address? So شنو العنوان. شنو العنوان. So you say it. And I want you guys to like follow up with these lessons. Like I want you guys to like write them down on a notebook, like flashcards, so you get a better feel of them. And like, yeah. So شنو العنوان. شنو العنوان. What's the address, right? Okay, so in this scenario, you're asking a guy what his address is, right? Or yeah, like what's his business address, or like where he's located, like what's the address, right? You're saying this to a man, you know? So you say شنو عنوانك. عنوانك. So we kind of already have a feel that the K at the end most likely means that we're talking to a man. This is the context of a man, right? So شنو عنوانك. What's your address? What's your address, right? To a man, you know? But if we want to say what's your address to a woman, we can say, we remove the K and we add an E and we add a C and we add an Ch at the end, right? So if we're asking a woman what her address is, we're gonna say شنو what عنوانك. 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 شنو عنوانك. What's your address to a woman? I'm talking to a woman, I'm asking her what her address is or what her business address is, whatever. Like, I'm just asking for her address, right? So I'm gonna say شنو عنوانك. شنو عنوانك. What's your address, woman? Tell me your address, please, right? So let's say you find yourself in a situation where you need a taxi, right? You need a cab, like you need a ride, right? Or like, I don't even know if they have Ubers in Iraq or Arabic countries, but I'm pretty sure they have a taxi, everyone has a taxi, Anyways, so you say, أريد taxi, أريد taxi, أريد taxi. So taxi is the same as English as in Arabic, right? So I want a taxi. I want a taxi, right? So let's say you're lost, or like let's say you need a ride, like whatever your situation is, right? أريد taxi. أريد taxi. So this time we have airport luggage, like your luggage, right? Like the wheels. So the suffer is your luggage, right? So we have جنطة السفر. جنطة السفر. Like this is how you say luggage, right? So جنطة السفر. So you say with me. جنطة السفر. So you guys say it alone. We have روح. روح means go. So it's kind of like you're just saying go. So روح, right? So like you're just saying go, right? But like this, but wait. So for a guy, you can be like تروح. تروح. هو يريد يروح. هو يريد يروح. هو is for a guy, but let's learn this in a bit, right? So تروح means to go, but you add the en at the end. Let's do it here. تروحين is a woman goes, right? Let's say I'm taking I want someone to go out with me, right? So I'm calling one of my girlfriends and I'm like, تروحين نطلع سوية? Like, do you want to go out with me? Like, تروحين? Like, do you want to go? Like, would you go? That's what تروحين means to a woman. عمرها is her age, like, but عمرك is your age, right? Like, okay. So if I'm talking directly to her, I'm gonna say عمرك. But if I'm talking to you about her age, I'm gonna say عمرها, her age, right? So yeah. So that's how it works. So عمرها is her age, عمرك is your age. I'm talking directly to her. So عمرك, right? Yeah. Okay, get عمرها. Like, let's say I'm talking to you about another woman, right? I'm gonna be like, oh, how old is she, right? I'm gonna say جد عمرها. جد عمرها. How old is she? Like, right? Like جد عمرها. How old is she? Yeah. Now let's say his age. So his age, right? So his age is عمره. عمره. His age, right? Like عمره is his age, right? So let's say she's a man, right? I'm gonna be like عمره, his age. عمره, 30 years old, right? Like, for example, yeah. So عمره, his age, right? But let's say, so عمره is his age. But let's say I'm talking to you about a man and I'm asking, oh, how old is he? Like, I'm curious, right? I'm gonna be like, جد عمره. جد عمره. How old is he, right? Like جد عمره. عمره, his age, right? عمرك, your age. عمرها, her age. عمرك, your age. Bro, it's so confusing, but let me write it down for you guys. So عمري is my age. عمره, his age. عمرها, her age. عمرك, your age. عمرك, your age. So عمرك to a guy, عمرك to a woman, عمرها, her age, عمره, his age, عمري, my age, right? So we are, and the slang for عمري for flirting is like, you're my lifeline, you're my lifetime, you're my lifeline. Is lifeline a word? Whatever. عمري is basically, yeah. So my age, his, her, your. Good? We have قلبي. قلبي, right? So قلبي is my heart, right? So قلبي, my heart, right? So other dialects, like the Levantine Arabic, they say قلبي for heart, right? But in Iraqi, we say قلبي. So you use that information however, like, people don't understand what you're saying, right? So galbi is my heart, right? But yeah, so you can say that's your boo, or I don't know, like, this is like, like this is a genderless word. Like anybody can say this. You don't have to be you don't have to be saying this to a guy or a woman. Like this is just like a nationwide word. Like I don't know, like with the genders, bro. I don't know, right? Anyway, so galbi is my heart, right? Like, but galbi itself is my heart actually, and galbi can also be used as like, flirting, right? So galbi is my heart as well, and it can also be like, oh, like, you're my heart, like, my boo, whatever, whatever, right? Anyways, galbi, my heart. We have his heart. So his heart, right? So his heart is galba. Galba. Now we have ahibha. Ahibha. I love her, right? So ahibha is I love her, like, oh my god, like, good ahibha, like, oh, I love her so much, right? So we can say جد at the beginning. جد أحبها. جد أحبها. I love her, right? Like I love her so much, right? Like جد أحبها. Like right? Like جد أحبها. I love her a lot. Have اتخبلين. اتخبلين means you're driving me crazy. Like, oh my god, like like, like wow, like you're just like, you're so tea, like اتخبلين, like, طلعت خبلين, like you look magnificent. You look amazing. Like, oh my god, like you look so good, right? So اتخبلين. So اتخبلين. You're driving me crazy. Like you're crazy. Like you look crazy, bro. Like in a good way though. Like in like, or in like a wow type of way. Like اتخبلين, like, right? So اتخبلين, you're just crazy, like, bro, you look amazing, like, oh, like we have ikhabbul. Ikhabbul is he's crazy. No, it's the same way, but he's magnificent, like he looks magnificent, right? So ikhabbul, he's fine shit, like that's it, bro, like, like ikhabbul, fine shit, like, oh, he's so like magnificent, like he looks crazy right now, but like in a good way, like, like now he's like actually insane, but he looks crazy, like damn, like fine shit, right? You can say جدي خبل, like, oh, he's so fine. Or actually, a khabul means magnificent for a thing. Like, let's say the food is amazing, right? Like someone cooked amazing food, right? Like, and the person that cooked it is asking me how the food was. I'm gonna be like, bro, the akil was a khabul. Like, it was crazy. Like, the food was amazing, right? Like, it was crazy. Like, it was amazing, right? Like, bussin', you know what I'm saying? Anyways, it's getting khabul. الأكل. Let's say for example, الأكل, we already know أكل means food. Come on now. Lessons, right? So, but إخبل could mean, you could say إخبل for a guy, like, oh my god, he's so crazy and magnificent. Or it can be for an object, like, like, someone's asking you how their work was. It can be like إخبل, like it's amazing, it's fantastic. Chef's kiss, right? So it's good, driving you crazy, like personal, like إخبل, like oh my god, like yeah. Now we have يجنن. يجنن is, it's driving me crazy again. Like it's another way of saying it, right? So yeah, it's like it's crazy. Like oh my god, like يجنن, like oh my god, like you can be like الأكل يجنن, like the food يجنن, like driving me crazy. It's so good, right? So يجنن, so good, right? So yeah, yeah, or like let's say me and my homegirl are talking about a guy, and let's say I found him really cute, right? I'm gonna be like, oh, يجنن, like oh my god, he's gonna يجنن, like he's so crazy, like he makes a person crazy. It's like making a person crazy, and like it's basically like a wow. يجنن is basically like wow, like like wow, يجنن, driving me crazy. We have أسناني. My teeth, right? So asnani, so my teeth, this is my teeth, I'm talking about my teeth, asnani, right? Or you can say oni, isnuni, my teeth, isnuni, right? Isnuni, my teeth, right? But if it's an individual tooth, so this is my individual tooth, right? Like I'm talking about one tooth that I have, right? I'm gonna say sinni. Sinni. One individual tooth. Sinni over here. Sinni. My tooth. My tooth. This is one individual tooth, right? Tooth hurts. My tooth aches, right? Sinni. Yo. Ja. Ni. سني يوجعني سني يوجعني سني يوجعني يوجعني. You can say يوجعني or يوجعني, same thing, right? يوجعني يوجعني يوجعني. You have that find your inner jaw sound, like right? سني يوجعني. My tooth hurts, yeah? I'm talking about another woman's teeth. I'm talking about this woman's teeth. If I'm talking about this woman's teeth to you guys, I'm talking about her teeth to you guys, right? I'm gonna say isnoon he. Isnoon he. Her teeth. Her teeth. This is how you say her teeth. So, isnoon he. Isnoon he. Her teeth, right? But let's say I'm talking about a man's teeth. So I'm talking about his teeth to you guys. So I'm gonna say his teeth. How do I say his teeth, right? I'm gonna say isnoone. Isnoone. His teeth, right? So we're gonna move the H. We're gonna add the A. Isnoone. 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 His teeth. His teeth. Right? Good. Okay. But let's say I'm talking to him about his teeth. Like, oh, your teeth, but you're a man, right? I'm gonna say isnoonek. Isnoonek. You're a man, so isnoonek, right? There's a K at the end, right? So let's pretend that she's a man and I'm talking directly to him about his teeth, right? I'm gonna say your teeth, right? I'm gonna say isnoonek. Isnoonek. Easy, right? Your teeth to a woman. I'm gonna say, guess what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say isnoonich. Isnoonich. Your teeth. Isnoonich. Your teeth, right? You're in front of me, you're a woman, isnoonich, right? So if you're a woman and you're watching this course video right now, right? I'm gonna say isnoonich, your teeth. Right? You're a woman, so isnoonich, right? But if you're a guy and you're watching this video, I'm gonna say isnoonek, your teeth, but you're a man, right? Easy peasy.